So I played a decent amount of this game between the last time we streamed this and now. So, did my first hard mode run. Wasn't fun. Took me an hour. Had some glitches. Impa was stuck on the wall in this mission. It was a thing. Then she randomly got off. That was nice. Went back for all the extra heart pieces I missed. And the other Skulltula back in, what was it, this map? Yeah, Death Mountain. Also, I somehow phased through Darunia and failed because of it.
What?
Yeah, this game's weird. Let's play Temple of Souls and hope the game actually works. And at this point, it looks like I'll basically have to replay these missions to actually get all heart pieces and pieces of heart. Or at least for a while. So, let's just go right into it. Wow. That's a big seal number.
Big seal number?
Now, we could use the Master Sword, but why would we when we have this good white sword that can give me a lot of goodies?
Gosh.
Master!
Oh, more story.
At long last, Link took up the
Dun,
Master Sword
dun,
and
dun,
proved himself the hero
dun,
of legends.
dun, dun.
Armed as he was with the blade of evil's
You're a
bane,
bit behind on the
easily
stream, apparently.
dispatched
Oh, you just got back.
this row.
You didn't miss too much.
Magicians parting words in their ears, Link and his
We came
allies
back with
gathered
Ice Cream
Nicosia
Cake,
at the
that's what we
Temple
did.
of Souls.
Because
With a string of victories
they're
behind them,
trying to celebrate my birthday
Arms
before my
morale had
birthday.
improved remarkably. Even Link began to feel that he
I
was
hadn't had ice
invincible
cream
while
cakes
the
in-
Master Sword was in his hands. Soon he was allowing
Ice-
overconfidence to cloud
Awesome.
his judgment, rushing headlong into hordes of enemies.
I know your dad wanted
Sia
cheesecake.
had been waiting for Link to overextend himself,
Texas
giving her a
cheesecake.
chance to strike. And as the two sides battled,
Ice cream cake. is
I wonder who
amazing.
that shadow is.
shadows.
I
Oh.
wonder. I don't know.
Is that the Lord of Darkness, Ganondorf? I don't know.
The stream is stuck in an endless loop. Huh?
I mean,
Wait.
if there's any random issues, I tell people to always refresh.
Ice cream cake is amazing. We went to Dairy Queen to get it, and we got
Oreo.
the Oreo Blizzard.
Yeah, this is my castle. Yeah. Herp skirt the castle.
Herp skirt castle.
Yeah, so because I did play a decent amount of this, like last night, just to get all the collectibles I've been missing so far, I got a lot of levels. Like Link is level 30 now, and I don't remember what he was when we ended it last time, so that's a big difference.
How many hearts do you have? Good lord.
A lot. Ask Amber how many she had when she finished the story, it's probably similar.
Wasn't it?
Wait, was it?
No, I think so.
Yeah, alright, that sounds about right.
I didn't play on hard mode, I just played normal. So
Oh,
my-
if you fail anything on hard mode, you have to restart the entire mission. There's no checkpoint. So it's
that
rough.
sucks.
Yeah, and I can't imagine how hero mode is. Hero mode's probably worse.
That makes you want to pick up an ice cream cake. I'm sorry, Allison. Maybe we could send you one. Send you one for your birthday, because your birthday is in 9 days. So
Yeah, you guys' birthdays are both really close to each other.
you mean you're 15-20 seconds behind? Maybe that's a latency issue.
It
I
might
think
be, but at the same time, I have low latency turned on though, so it depends on what you watch on. I know low latency on Twitch is only a Chrome thing right now,
Okay.
which for me is like as low as 3 seconds on a lot of streams. Low latency is like a really good thing they added to the site just late.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I really like this game. Like, this is like a really fun game.
Dude, I'm kind of addicted to this game as of late, as the viewers can probably be able to tell with how much I've played it. Like, this has been streamed probably for like almost 5 days in like 1 week.
Didn't I tell you this would make a perfect stream game?
Oh, it's perfect to keep up with chat, that's for sure, and to tell stories.
Honestly, this game is like perfect.
I mean, if anyone has any good stories, go ahead and share. I mean, I always do.
Well, I just told you a funny story I mentioned on board. I completely forgot it was my birthday my birthday tomorrow. I didn't realize until Amber told me this morning that we were going to get an ice cream cake at Dairy Queen. I was like, wait a second. And I was like, oh, my birthday is tomorrow. Holy crap. I guess that happens when you get older.
Okay, a link between rooms. link the past, link between worlds. Subtle.
I just now heard a new rumor earlier today that
It's false. There you go.
it's
Yeah.
probably because I've been hearing this rumor a lot, but apparently there's talk of a Link's Awakening remake for 3DS using Link Between Worlds engine.
That sounds kind of weird to me. I believe it'd probably be false, especially because the game is already on Virtual Console. I feel like that's the most Nintendo would do for right now with that, because they would have done a remake by now. It feels weird.
I mean, if it is true, I'd
That'd
be
be
happy.
cool.
I mean, that would be, and it would probably fix up a lot of the issues the original one had.
I mean, but you know, there's gonna be some people who are like, "Why isn't this on Switch?"
Well, of course, because people say 3DS is the worst thing ever now because the Switch exists. Because the Switch fan base is honestly not the most friendly. They're pretty toxic.
I hate.
I don't like this.
I don't like the Switch
fanboys.
fan. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Like the Switch fan base, it's like one of my least favorites right now because they expect literally every game in existence to be on the platform, and that makes no sense.
Like literally.
I want to throw this moon at them.
Like, I have nothing against the Switch at all. I love the Switch. Is one of my favorite consoles.
It's a great
Right?
system. It's flawed, in my opinion, but it's not a terrible
It's
system. I love it.
I like it a lot. I love the Switch itself, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever created. To
Yeah.
the point where I expect it on the Switch. You know what I mean? I guess I'm just different.
That's why I don't get why most people say, oh, everything should be on the platform. I was like, no. Because that isn't how things work. It's impossible to put every game in existence on the platform. It's costly. It's very hard to do. And most importantly, not everything will work on the Switch. It just wouldn't make sense for certain games to be on the platform, to be honest.
I like my Switch a lot. I mean, it's the only console I brought with me on our trip.
Well, to be fair, it's also one of the easiest ones to bring, too, which also helps. You don't even need to bring the dock, and you can still use it because it's also a handheld. And that's what's nice.
But I like the 3DS too, and I think that it's fine when a game comes to the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think the 3DS is a better portable system than the Switch because it's easier to fit in a pocket.
Yeah.
The Switch, it's good portable, sure. Like, it's a fun system to play that way, but it's not easy to take around with you on the go. You can't fit in your pocket.
When I take my Switch with me, if I'm taking it somewhere, I have to have my messenger bag.
Yeah, I have to have some kind of carry bag.
So, like, I understand it's a good portable system. Trust me, I know. I rode two or three 11-hour car rides, and I had my Switch playing.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, Lester.
All right. Oh no, Mephiles. Oh, it's just Dark Link. Okay, thank God. Also, where'd the Master Sword come from? I'm using the White Sword. Dark Link's gonna have a better sword than me. Wait, hang on. Is that a Breath of the Wild Link on the wall, or is that my Hyrule Warriors? No, it's Hyrule Warriors. It almost looked like he was wearing fully blue, which would have been weird to see them change that out. I know you can get a Breath of the Wild skin now for like Link and Zelda, but they're not full-on character swaps. Juggle the corpse. More Dark Links. Okay, good. Is this another imprisoned situation? Are we gonna have to fight 5 at once? Quick, I must kill me to save me. Oh, good. The savior has come. Wait a minute. Good. I leveled myself up from killing myself. You think you're now caught up on stream? Oh, hopefully then. I know you've been having issues all night, Tover. Hopefully they are fixed. Eh, it's a waste, but I should just pick it up anyways. Oh, look at all that. Mine. Kill all the baddies. Got the fat ones back too. Must kill the fatties. Did I get them? Oh yeah, got them all.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Welcome back.
Okay, but yeah, I was just... You know, one thing that really irritated me was... You know, Fortnite's pretty much confirmed for Switch, right?
Pretty much. I showed it off. Like they showed off the game actually running on the system at this point.
Yeah, Fortnite's pretty much confirmed for Switch.
Which I personally don't mind. It's nothing harmful.
It's nothing harmful. Like it can be on this. It can be on the Switch. It's fine. I don't care. Like I don't personally care for battle royale games myself.
Yeah, can agree.
But there's the people out there saying that it shouldn't be on the Switch. I said you're the one there wanting all the games, all these third-party games on here, but Fortnite, no, it shouldn't come. It shouldn't come. No, no, no. I'm
yeah,
like,
pretty much. It's the same people who asked for it too. It's like, okay, then what do you want?
Like this is what I'm talking about. It's like the Switch fan base is kind of really toxic because it doesn't.
Like, that's a huge shield on him though. That's like the Ocarina of Time Highland shield.
Yeah. What's wrong, Chris? You think you're
like what opinion in particular are you saying that with? Because I'm trying to remember of all the stuff we said. But now some people are still trying to catch up.
Chris, what were you talking about?
Because yeah, you weren't here for whatever that was too.
I wasn't here, and I just wanted to know.
Oh wow, okay. Didn't give me the prompt that Zelda needed help. This is how I failed one of my missions before too, because there was a character down, I never knew it. Happened to me last night. I think it was like Impa who went down, I never knew it, because the game didn't load up the prompt. Which is a little weird.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like my Switch. I really like it. I like all the stuff that's coming to it. But I guess in a sense the port begging is what I'm talking about. Like it's guys, I understand you want the game on there and you know some preferred platform, but honestly it kinda does
Toomies. Ah, damn it. Well, Lana's dead.
A lot of issues being that way. And like I understand you being when a developer doesn't release it on the platform, you just have to accept it. You know, I'm sorry. Like, you kind of just have to.
Yeah, the Switch isn't as powerful as a PS4 or Xbox One. It's close, but it still isn't the most powerful thing. So it's going to have issues. Because of it, it won't be able to run every game in existence like most people want.
And they think, oh, because it can run Doom and Wolfenstein 2 on there. I was like, yeah, but didn't you realize they had to scale those games back to make them work?
Yeah. I mean, Doom is running in half the frame rate. No other version of it runs in 30. So they had to scale that back. Wolfenstein, apparently from what they were saying, was kind of a challenge to get the run on the system to begin with. I think, honestly, I'm surprised we're getting a game of that kind of scope this soon.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
that's
don't
good.
get me wrong. You're talking to somebody who's 100% of the game like 3 times on the Switch version of Doom. I think it runs perfectly. I think it's perfectly fine, and it's a good port. It's just, you just have to accept that sometimes you just don't get games on the console you have. And I understand the people saying, well, if you don't tell...
I thought you were down.
I know if you don't tell the developers, they won't ever know. I was just like, they know. Trust me.
They listen.
Those people, the developers who say, well, we want to hear what you know, if you want to buy this game, you have to show support. Don't listen to them. They're doing this for PR stuff. Please, don't listen.
They listen, but the biggest way they always listen is if you buy it or not, and it only has interest from there.
And whenever a company says we're gauging interest, they should know that the interest is there.
Oh, obviously.
That's very stupid when they say something.
I mean, nowadays especially, if a company mentions the word Switch, then people are like, yes, 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 no matter what it is. So the interest is definitely there.
Like something like Mega Man 11, I'm going to use Mega Man 11. Mega Man 11 is perfectly fine for Switch, because it isn't a heavy-duty game at all. And, some other games that are not as intense, that's fine. You just have to accept that not every major retail release, like Anthem. How are you going to use Anthem? Anthem's not going to run on Switch.
No, honestly, that kind of game you don't need on the platform because it's going to be a mostly online multiplayer kind of thing, and that kind of game doesn't work on a handheld that well.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, that's why everyone was upset about the Resident Evil 7 thing announced for cloud storage instead.
Maybe that's the only way Capcom can get it running.
Which honestly is not running on the system at all, so it just kind of feels like a waste. It's a cool idea just to get it on there if you don't own it, but it's just such a weird, quirky way. You're better off just playing literally anything else.
Maybe it's Capcom being lazy. I don't know.
It kind of
but,
is.
I don't know. I feel like when people say, "Well, you can run on Switch," I'm like, do you know that? Are you a developer? Are you just talking out of your rear end?
Which is usually the answer.
I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, but it's just it really does. It really has kind of soured my mood of what games get ported to Switch and what. If it comes to Switch, cool. I'm gonna be happy because I like the console and I want to support it. But in the same sense, if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. And
people have to realize that instead of saying, well, you're a horrible company now for not putting this game on the platforms. It's not always going to work out. That's why they don't always do it.
I guess that's kind of my stance. It's like, if it comes to the platform, cool, I'll support it, and you'll usually buy the Switch version. I bought the Switch version of South Park: The Fractured Butthole for this trip, and I think it's a decent game to run on. It has its problems. It really does have its problems. And I don't know if that's technical issues because they fixed a lot of those problems. But, I think it's perfectly fine. And if it can come, that's good too. But in the same sense, I'm not going to sit there and cry if it isn't.
Yeah.
I'll just get it on different platforms. I have PS. I can play it there.
And honestly, I get the idea of I only own one system. Sure. I mean, that's been a thing since day one of the gaming industry. But at the same time, this has been the biggest outcry I've ever seen for a system. Like in a bad way.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what caused all this, because this certainly never happened with Wii U, because that voice really wasn't there for
I think it's just because of the idea of like the third party was so strong going into this system. Because year one we got so many third parties, so I think that kind of attributed to some of it. Because people were thinking, oh, everyone's on board with the platform, so now everything could be on the platform.
Speaking of it, like the crashing, I kind of I was worried. I said, could Crash Insane Trilogy run on Switch? But now that they made a port for it, I'm like, okay, I guess it could.
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, that's not too hard of a game to probably run on something like that. I mean, yeah, it's gonna look worse, but that's expected. They toned it down, and then it can run.
So
It's not super complex.
I looked at the.
It was a PS1 game. Remember that?
No, it wasn't. It's a PS4 game.
No, I'm talking about the originals that this is built off of.
The original PS1 game.
So, like, structurally, they already have the ideas down, the engine ready. They just have to convert it over to a platform it can be supported on.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at the graphics comparison between the Switch and the PS4 version, and this is PS4 Pro version. I kind of like the Switches a little bit better because, I don't know, something with Crash's fur bothers me on the PS4. Like, it blends in so, like, especially in dark areas, it's hard to see him.
Yeah, I kind of see that. Oh, wrong way.
The remake, was it Resident Evil 2 remake? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you on something about that. Now that you bring that up, Ethan, I'm pretty sure
Remix.
Resident Evil 2 Remake 2 is going to bother a bunch of people because I know how Capcom is, and especially since Resident Evil 2 had tank controls, they're going to have to change a lot.
Well, kind of like what they did with Remake 1, where it has tank controls, but if you use a stick, then it's like a normal control scheme.
Yeah, like, I have a feeling that the Remake 2 is going to be, like, changed so much that it's going to bother a bunch of old school fans that said, this isn't a full-scale remake because it doesn't capture the heart of the original. I was like, yeah, because the original control scheme for Resident Evil 2 is so outdated. Why would anybody?
It hasn't aged gracefully. It has a lot of issues for a lot of newcomers.
I know you play it then, but I'm just talking about it's like.
Oh, I'm a nobody then because I play Resident Evil 2.
No,
on Nintendo 64.
Don't even mention that version.
Then that's how you know they're true nobody. You play on that system.
I'm just
at
saying,
least the technical more about them when they got to work on that platform.
You understand what I'm saying about they're going to change it a lot to be more modernized.
Well, they did that with Remake for both genres. Like they did for 1 and 0.
Yeah, it doesn't have Barry either. That's another bad thing.
Well, 2 never did.
I know. That's supposed to be it. Just doesn't have Barry so bad already.
Does it say Jill Sandwich?
He doesn't say Jill Sandwich in Remake, though.
He does.
Kind of, but he doesn't say it like the classic line the way it is. Yeah, like, Resident Evil 2 Remake is going to change a lot, and I feel like old school fans are going to be upset. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like old school fans with Crash and Spyro, because the same issue kind of happened with both of those. Because you see some old school fans coming out saying they changed too much, even though it literally didn't. So it doesn't matter. You're not going to please everyone.
I have a bad feeling, too, with Remake 2. They're going to make it so that the scenarios aren't scenarios.
Well, who knows? They might, modernize some of the way the mission structure worked.
Like, the mission structure is going to be like you probably alternate Leon and player.
Like, they might try to streamline it, but it depends, because they didn't really do that for, like, 0.
They didn't, but they kind of did that with spoilers, they did that with 7 when you change characters in the middle of it.
Yeah, but that's
so
a new game. Does that make sense? Not a remake.
You are almost a clear milkshake.
It's not bad though.
I know it's a lot of people's favorite too. I'm just saying, is like, I can already tell that there's going to be an outcry. Does it say? Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, I know there's going to be a lot of people upset. Hi, Ganondorf. I'm beating you up. Always
Sword
found
equals
it.
Bane. Nah, white sword.
Always found it funny that in the fight with Ganondorf, the very first fight you have with him in story mode is out here in this courtyard.
Yeah, it's kind of random. He just appears.
I'm just like, wow, Ganondorf. That kind of is very
Surrounded by
last.
Gorons. Beat him up. Everybody beat him up and just dogpile him. Oh. Bye, Zelda. Heart attack. Oh, he didn't
burst
drop anything. He only dropped money.
You're the king of evil. All you could give me is money. Does this version of Hyrule Warriors come with all the costumes as well?
Everything. That's why it's definitive. It has everything from both versions and all the DLC in one package. So if you get all the costumes, I mean, we have to unlock them later.
They call it that for a reason, man.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah, it's not even close to over. This is Epilogue, but technically the Epilogue is not it because there's still grand finale afterwards, which I'm confused. Yeah, we pretty much did everything there besides a piece of heart stuff. It's all time for Linkle. And we get the other version of Minda to play as. Interesting. Well, at least she'll be here.
What is with people wanting Doom Guy in Smash Brothers?
Everyone wants everything in Smash, that's why. It's weird.
I don't think just because Doom came to Switch doesn't mean... I don't know. If Bethesda had a character, I would think that they would choose Dovahkiin before Doom Guy.
That would make sense. Oh.
That's
I have one of those strength ones on. Well, I can't fuse anything because this has strength and fire plus. I'm better off just using these. Okay, everyone, get a badge. Yeah, another quest of can Linko actually read the map for once?
Is that her character trait or
Yeah,
something?
she keeps on wanting to find Hyrule Castle, and look where we're not. She keeps on going the wrong way.
Now, I wouldn't mind, like, if they wanted to make another... Well, I figured
Like another what?
they wanted to make another Zelda rep for, like, the new Smash Brothers. I think they would choose either probably the Impa or the Champion for Linkle.
Well, I don't know about Link only because I probably want something a little more familiar. People only know her from Hyrule Warriors, so who knows? I mean, it'd be nice. I like that.
It'd probably be, like, one of the champions or so.
Yeah, probably.
I would... Or Impa. Impa would be another one. There was one point in the Smash 4 days I was thinking of another Zelda rep. I kind of wanted Lana to be at the time.
I mean, that would have been nice, yeah. Because Lana's really good.
But then Robin existed, and I was like, okay, never mind.
It's basically the same thing when it comes to a gameplay standard, yeah.
Where are you going to play? Stardew? Oh yeah, that's right.
There, we gave the king of all evil a Kokiri sword.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Shank him. To him, it's the Kokiri butter knife. It's too small for his hands.
There was this one video I watched the other day. It was really funny.
Oh yeah, we need to upgrade Agatha. Holy crap.
There was this one episode or one video I watched the other day. It was a Fire Emblem video. It bothered me they called Fire Emblem, like they called Chrome. And I'm just like, he's not a web browser, stop it, please.
Google Chrome.
Google Chrome. Yes, please, stop. Please, just stop. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves with Chrome in general is when people call him Chrome. I'm like, no. His name is not Chrome. He's not a web browser. Please. Yeah, Ethan, you're kind of right. I think that Fire Emblem 16's protagonist, unless like
as long as we know it by that time.
maybe he'll be a DLC character. I don't know.
I mean, maybe because that's what they did with Corrin, just to promote Fates.
Thing is, though, we still don't know Fire Emblem 16?
Yeah,
I don't know.
we might hear something about E3, but it depends.
We might hear something about it Tuesday, but I don't know, man. I think maybe I don't know. Celica? I could see Celica being a character. Because that was Fire Emblem 15.
Yeah.
I think Wait. No. Yeah, that's Fire Emblem 15. Sorry. I don't know if the fan base calls Fire Emblem Heroes the mobile game of the mainline title.
It depends on if they have story or not with it.
It
Like,
does have
story that can link to the other games.
Kind of. It kind of does.
Also, it's Kingdom Hearts mobile.
No,
Because that's the same thing, technically. Which is confusing.
Does the fan base call Fire Emblem Heroes its own numbered entry? I don't know. Because all the Fire Emblem games don't technically have numbered entries. That was a fandom giving it. I don't know. That's hurting my head. The Switch really does need everything. Oh, is that what you were talking about earlier, Chris?
I mean, like I said, we said earlier, I just disagree on it because it doesn't need to literally have every game in existence.
I just think that
give other systems a reason to actually buy. Because you need to have your own, not just exclusives, but also maybe a third-party exclusive too.
I'm on the standpoint of, if it comes to the system, cool. If it doesn't, I don't know.
Basically. And half the time anyways, even if it comes to the system, I still would half the time prefer to still get another version. Unless I'm going to take it on the go. You get a better experience, honestly, than anything else.
Yeah, it's not considered a main game by Intelligent Systems or anything. Okay. So, it was Fire Emblem 13's Awakening, Fire Emblem 14's Fates. I guess Fire Emblem 15 is Shadows of Valentia. And this would be Fire Emblem 16. Okay. Joking aside, you guys are crazy. I thought we were friends. Because friends agree with each other and everything. Yeah, how dare you have a different opinion, Chris? How
Especially
dare you?
on the internet. Oh no, you have the same one as mine.
Absolutely appalling of you. I shouldn't. I hope you know I'm joking. You guys agree with me on anything. Come, just be honest. If you want to call me an idiot, call me an idiot by all means.
I do. And Lester does too.
I hope you guys know I wouldn't be offended if you guys didn't believe what I believe. At least I hope I give that impression sometimes. Sometimes though, I have to think the same way I do.
I mean, I question that with you guys, especially when we do our like riffs on something. Like, would that too far? Oh God, they go too far.
I'm so offended. I'm offended because Matthew doesn't think the same way I do. How dare he? He is a terrible person. Oh, hey, look. Allison used Kappa the right way. Yeah, there we go.
No,
Now I
no,
know that
she did
she's
not,
okay.
because it's the Kappa HD. Ruined forever. He actually has a colored face. He's not black and white. I thought he was black and white.
See, like I mentioned this earlier in the stream tonight. I said I didn't know if there's Rainbow Kappa.
Yeah. Hey, it is Pride Month.
Yeah. Oh, what is that? It's Kappa. There's a Bob Ross Kappa.
Yeah, there is. Because
the
of the Bob
heck?
Ross channel.
Oh, on the Bob Ross channel. Okay. Kappa Claus, Kappa Wealth.
Don't worry, we'll be done with upgrading soon. There's a lot to do.
That's okay.
We'll be done eventually. Look, we got the whip.
No, seriously though, just because I spout my mouth, it's just because I have an idea and I want to say it. At the
Yeah, I mean, I've made some opinions clear that definitely isn't the best Sonic was the greatest game of all time. See, you and Chris do have the same opinions, Matt.
Oh, great! Yeah, I love Sonic 06. I love how buggy that game is.
It's the best game of all time.
Best game ever.
Next to Big Rigs.
You don't play Sonic. I can't believe that. Sonic. Oh, you play Sonic games, just not Sonic.
Oh, okay, that's much better. You did it good. The Sonic Twitter account would be proud.
You can play Sonic Forces with the Sonic t-shirt.
When memes go too far, it's a piece of DLC. Thank God it's free.
Ethan, I see a ... What's on your mind, buddy?
There's a big sit down
That's
talk coming. That's what it is.
He's like, okay, first of all,
He realized how crazy.
he realized how much of a really am.
I don't say that. You interrupted me.
Ow!
Okay, finally done. All because I wanted to fuse a bow, which I couldn't do anyways.
all this editing of not editing, upgrading.
As I say, we don't edit here.
I'm
Listen to the
not-
story.
Link had acquired the Master Sword. He and his companions began readying themselves for the coming war.
Wait a minute, there's Link and Michael on the same screen?
It was time that Princess Zelda sensed an ominous presence.
Mind blown.
A dark magic, its source unknown.
Well, oh, it's the internet. The internet bothering you again? I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I thought you were about ready to lay the smackdown on me for a second.
Believing the palace of
Just be like,
Twilight to be the source
okay,
of
first of all,
Zelda
one,
set out on
Matt's an
her
idiot.
Midna soon noticed that the princess was gone. She rushed after Zelda.
I love being right all the time. You should nickname yourself Mr. Chris Phoenix Wright,
Utterly transfixed by an object.
because
she
you're
found.
right all the time.
It was a black crystal, and Midna was mesmerized by it as well. She touched the crystal. In the blink of an eye, Midna transformed from a tiny creature into a beautiful woman. The powerful magic inside the crystal had returned Midna to her true form. Link was left speechless, which was
I'll
just
be
as
here
well.
all night.
There was no time to talk about Midna's amazing transformation.
No, I'd
Midna had
be
only
terrible
one
as a
thing on
stand-up
her mind.
comedian. At least I try to think I'm funny in my videos.
Thought you say, nah, I gotta sleep.
Together,
Nah.
they would enter the Palace of Twilight.
Stand up by Matt. No, I'll make my
All
way,
it is him just standing. Like, what do you guys expected?
and then I'll be like, hey, I guess I really am practicing for my stand-up. But and I guess I really do have a leg to stand on.
And then someone whacks that leg.
Yeah, and then I fall down and be like, I guess I broke my leg. And then they'll start beating me to death and tell me to stop punning.
Nice, it is being important later.
I guess you could also say that
okay.
really killed it.
Speaking of laying the smackdown, I come out, all I see is a giant hand.
Well, maybe you should give him a hand, Lester.
I would, but all I have is crossbows. Nichols crossbow training, don't you know? Would you know that's probably why she has the crossbows? It's because of that one random Wii game.
I think, Chris, honestly, if you want me to be perfectly honest, I'm being really cool and honest here for a second. I think Sega's afraid to ever make the Silver say that line ever again.
Probably.
I don't think they'll ever make him say that line ever again. Because that line itself is nothing more than a meme at the point.
Oh, what a camera. Oh, welcome back again, Tover. Hopefully it's a little more stable now. Won't have any problems at least because you'll be home. Okay, yeah, so hopefully tomorrow is definitely better when you're back at home.
I'm sorry, your internet's been driving you up the wall, dude.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, probably better to have internet if you're watching any conferences tomorrow.
Yeah.
Compared to this. Because this you can always watch back on replay.
He's just having a lot of internet issues, Chris. That's what the issue is. He's having a bunch of... He can't keep up with the stream because it's about having latency issues.
That sounds like our internet at
That
home.
sounds like our internet at home.
Yeah.
Really, when we get home and then I realize, oh, I get back to shitty internet.
It's like, alright, let me actually see if I can do this live stream. You think, and we lost internet.
Let me see if I can start live streaming. Oh, wait a second.
I mean, I already know that you're not streaming in HD. At least from what I remember last year when you guys tried that. It was like 480p, I think.
It's okay.
I mean, as long as it's viewable, it doesn't really matter.
Honestly, if I'm ever streaming, it's gonna be for fun. It's not gonna be nothing more.
That's kind of what this is, for that same reason.
I mean, like...
Although I'm always tweaking it, as you guys have noticed over the years. Man, remember the days of XSplit when my audio sounded very terrible? Because every time I turned around, it crackled? Yeah, fun times.
Yeah, we've kind of got... well, maybe... Hold on a second. We have an uploading issue be the main cause. Would that be an issue for streaming?
Yeah, because upload is what you use to stream.
Yeah, I guess that's...
I mean, as of late, like, Allison was having those issues. She wired herself up and it fixed that. So that's half the time usually as a fix. It doesn't improve speeds, but it improves stability. Oh yeah, I know that.
Nowhere near a router, so that's gonna be an issue. Oh lordy.
Wait. Oh, there you are. Wonder why I couldn't find you.
So what does Linkle have to do here?
Capture things.
You
That's
got a
about
gold Scopola.
Oh, good. Dark Zan. You know, when the normal Zan wasn't crazy enough.
I'm actually kind of excited for tomorrow. I'm hoping Microsoft has a bunch of stuff.
I hope that should give people a reason to buy an Xbox One, because they have not for years.
I know, they have.
I mean, they probably still won't, to be honest, especially with the recent rumors of me dying.
Of you dying? Is that what
I mean, I can prove the rumors are true with that word. Let's restart from checkpoint.
Yeah, it's on the on the screen here.
I'll put me back this far. Maybe the Skulltula I have to get again? I can't remember if you keep Skulltulas or not when you die and restart from checkpoint. We'll find out.
You're able to keep up with chat. I think that's... Yeah, I think that might be...
That chat's usually one of the easiest things to load, so I'm not too surprised to hear that. So even if you're having weird, unstable internet, As long as you have something, at least chat loads. Which is always weird.
By the way, it's gonna be like, well, maybe it won't be as much of an issue because this is the last that you're streaming this week. So.
Oh yeah, I mean Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I'm not doing anything at all. Obviously because of E3 coverage and all that. And just as a heads up for everyone too, the week that Summer Games Done Quick is live, I'm probably gonna skip that week unless there's like a Splatfest. I usually use that as like the reason. Because I'm going to be mostly watching that, and even if I don't, I know most people are going to be watching that marathon on Twitch instead of a lot of other streamers. So it's good just to take a break then.
Probably, and I know you'll probably be hosting it.
I mean, I might be, yeah. I did last time. They had a marathon.
Yeah, by the way, anybody who, I strongly suggest go watch that, because it's a charity stream that they do 2 times each year, and it's a bunch of speedrunners.
Oh, yeah, you don't keep the skull show if you fail. Okay. Good to know. Have to do this quick.
AGDQ and SGDQ are really great streams to watch. They last, what, 2 weeks?
Oh, you know, you keep the heart container. That's weird.
They last 1 week. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like a 24-hour thing for 7 days. So you have a lot to watch.
Yeah. They do a lot of cool speed runs of a lot of good games. Surprised Odyssey isn't on there this year, though.
Well, it might be because it came out just like at the tail end of last year, so they're still routing it. So that probably would contribute to it. Oh, what's my skill on this weapon?
What did I say was the last
Arrows. Okay.
I might have shut it off on screen.
Oh, hey, arrow power up. Meet the arrow power up. We'll combine them both.
What does it say? Neo Geo Mini Online Presentation.
Yeah, because they're doing like that mini thing. Like every company apparently wants to do now that Nintendo's done it. So I'm surprised they're doing like an actual conference on the thing, like showing it off live. It makes sense. I'm just kind of surprised. Wasn't expecting it. I mean, honestly, it's a cool novelty, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of those I always find a little more useless, like the Sega ones and then Neo Geo, because they release their games like every year or two on everything. So you see the same game released every year or two. Oh, we see all the Metal Slugs. All the Sonic ones.
I just found out the other day that one of my favorite shoot-em-ups is on Switch, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, Ikaruga got released on the system. And it has a vertical mode, which is cool.
It's not Ikaruga. The game's actually, it's a Neo Geo game called Blazing. Good game.
Wait, what was it? Sorry, it was a little soft.
Blazing Star. It's a
Oh,
Neo
Blazing
Geo.
Star. Yeah, I have not heard of that one.
Too, and I got that. And I love that. Ikaruga's great. Yeah, AGDQ and SGDQ are pretty great. That's the yearly, biannual tradition. Me and Amber go and just watch that for a week straight.
Yeah.
Leave on the stream and just come back to it when we're like having fun, having some runs we look forward to. I know there's a couple Metal Gears that she's wanting to watch. Twin Snake. It was Twin Snakes. That's right. Twin Snakes. Bye, Dark Nut.
Couldn't even see him. Too graphic. Actually, I'm right here. Might as well just activate this owl statue.
Oh yeah, that's right. Final Fantasy VI is the finale game.
Yeah,
this year.
It's an old tradition they did years ago, so I'm glad to see them ending on a Final Fantasy game for that reason.
Well, it's a 7-hour speedrun. Holy crap.
That's why I usually was the one that wrap up the marathon. Because it's a long whenever you do a Final Fantasy.
They're doing a Bingo Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time right before that.
Yeah.
You
I
said
would
that
not have been surprised, honestly, if Ocarina of Time Randomizer was made earlier. That would have been the thing in here instead. Because every speedrunner you see is playing that right now.
He's playing Bingo?
No, Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I've seen so much of it. It looks cool, but I'm already kind of sick of seeing it.
What is Bingo?
It's basically they just do set tasks in the game. So that's all they're focusing on. They're not trying to beat the game, they're just trying to do those set tasks. Like, get the largest quiver and defeat the boss of Fire Temple. Like, that's pretty much all it is. So once they do all those tasks in their line for the bingo, they're done. They don't have to beat the game, they just have to do that. And there's bingo for a lot of different games. I've seen Odyssey bingo, I've seen 64 bingo. Like Mario 64. It's always a fun watch. Mario 64 bingo is actually fun to play. You could probably just do that by loading up a 120 save file and just jump between worlds. Like if you just want to do it casual, you probably don't need to start a new game. I mean, that'd be a fun thing to race with someone at one point, just like going through random things. I just want to race with someone in a game in general at one point. That'd be fun to do again. Haven't done it since, I think Portal 2 was the last one I did? Oh, no, Portal 1, sorry. That was with you guys on League. And then before that was Kirby, like 2015 with Jared.
Wasn't there a game I said I wanted? This thing Fusion again?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about doing a rematch on Fusion at one point, because that'd be fun.
I'd have to practice it up there because I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, I'd probably want to do like a practice run real quick for that. Although we're doing something different this time. As soon as we start the race, we're not allowed to practice because that's kind of what made me have a huge lead back then. So I'm going to like not practice in between sessions if we have to take breaks. But maybe this time we won't need to because, you know, the game is short. We can both beat it in under 2 hours if we know what we're doing, which we both do. Just got to practice it.
What was it, like 10-part LP that we did?
It was like something like that, yeah. Okay, this just looks awkward to carry the mirror like this. Like, real awkward. Also, she's level 19. Okay, I guess she transferred over the real Midna level then. I wasn't expecting that.
Well?
Alright, let's make this a little quicker. Over here.
I tweeted out something earlier today because I noticed I got a notification on, and I know a lot of you guys probably had liked that tweet earlier, but I said something about along the line of, honestly, when a company does an esports segment in the middle of their conference, it just looks too cringy for me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that needs to be just like kept for its own tournaments and stuff like that.
I mean, the biggest problem with it is half the time it feels forced. So it doesn't feel natural. It just feels like they don't know what they're talking over yet, but they're trying to make it sound like they've seen this game for years, and it just feels forced.
Yeah, I just like for instance, like it's fine, and I know Nintendo's not going to do an esports segment of Smash Brothers during their direct on Tuesday because they'll just have it at the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, what it's there for.
I mean, if you're going to do something like that, yeah, I just feel it's a better idea to separate it from any kind of conference because that's a better way to present your game at first and to show it off to the world. Not really to make it look more like a sport because then not many people can follow it.
Yeah, it's just like they were trying to make the esports of that mobile game, the Command and Conquer mobile game announced today. I was like, guys, why? This is a waste. And yeah, I counted. It was like more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was bad. It lasts a long time.
Like, this was supposed to, I guess in a way, it's supposed to be a highlight.
Yeah, I think this was their way of trying to really sell the game to a lot of people. It confused me for most of it, so that didn't work.
Then they brought out the champion dude with the belt, and yeah, and they tried to act like
Yeah, that was also.
Yeah, that was just like,
Like,
oh
every
man,
time they
no.
did that was confusing. Like they did that for FIFA. They showed the silver giant
trophy.
trophy, and then they did the belt thing for football. Like, okay, guys, does it look like I care that you can win these prizes by playing a video game? That's not kind of what we're here to look at. So it's more confusing at that point.
The point is, you're trying to sell me on a video game, not trying to make
The last
me like.
thing I want to be sold on is a competition. It's confusing.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a minority probably.
Oh, hey, it's a conga line. Can I join?
It just, I don't know. It's silly to me. Like when I saw that this esports segment and making it competitive esports for mobile game, I was like,
It just
EA,
felt
really?
weird.
I tuned it out for the most part. I think
Better
you
off
got.
for it.
I think if I remember correctly, you got up and went to the bathroom.
No, I was there the entire time. I think. Oh wait, you talk about Amber?
I think it was Amber was the one that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had a good reason to. I was just like, this is
You picked the
boring.
best time.
It's a good time to go.
Yeah, you said this is a good time to go, and you went. And it was just like, yeah, you're right. It was pretty boring. I fell asleep until Anthem came on. Yeah, Anthem. It seemed like Anthem was there.
Then it fell back to sleep because yeah, Anthem was also kind of one of those kind of ways of showing it. So it kind of looked interesting once I finally showed the gameplay, but even then, I was still a little confused of why that segment had to last like about 10 plus minutes for the interview. We learned next to nothing about it from the interview.
Like, oh, we want story. More story. We're hearing you guys. We're putting more story in it. I was like, I don't see any story. In
I don't
this.
see anything.
What are you talking about? All I saw was you kill a bunch of monsters in Iron Man suits. That's all I see. And you get something.
Dude, if you need help, stop running.
Makes you wonder what Linkle's last stage is. Lester, didn't you meet Linkle's last stage? Or
No,
have
like
you-
he means like the last stage
Yeah,
in her
he-
story. Because I have no
Okay.
idea. I've never played this portion of the game.
I'm sorry.
I only
didn't
played up
know.
to the timeline split on Wii U.
Okay.
So this
I'm
is
sorry.
much further than whatever I got to on Wii U. And I've only played one mission in Legends, so
I
actually
realized.
played Linkle.
I realized that was a really stupid comment. Sorry. I don't know. I haven't played Legends myself. I've only watched Amber play the Wii U version.
Yeah.
And
I mean, nowadays I can't recommend anyone to go back to trying Legends. It's just you're better off just maybe saving up for the Switch and this version. That version just runs like garbage, especially on a standard 3DS model, not a new one.
oh, hey Chris, there was this one thing that they said during the conference that made me just like, oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? There was like there was somebody, I guess they were looking at the tweets, having a Q&A session on tweets, and one of the questions said, oh, is there not going to be any microtransactions in the game? And the guy, his response was, well, you'll know what you're paying for. They're just going to blatantly pretty much just say, yeah, well, you know what you're paying for.
Yeah, because they are confirmed that you can buy cosmetic skins.
So I was like, you just
So there
confirmed
is
it.
DLC, and it's all cosmetic related so far, from what they announced.
I was like, oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? I said, the game's not done yet, and you already know you're going to milk it with DLC. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, really.
This is ridiculous. This game is already bad news bears from the get-go.
Yep. Hasn't even come out, and I'm already getting worried. Apparently, though, from what I was reading, BioWare, they haven't talked about wanting to go back to like some of the other series yet, like Dragon Age, but they want to go back to Mass Effect already. But you know, after the train wreck of Andromeda, I don't blame them. I kind of want to try again. I'm pretty sure EA right now is the handicap to that one. Say no, no, don't do it.
Yeah, but EA just wants to make multiplayer because that's where the money comes. All they
Pretty
care
much.
about.
They only think multiplayer is a thing, and everything else is terrible because of it.
Even though time and time again, especially this year, with God of War coming out and it's selling like what 5 million copies already.
Yeah.
That people want single player games, not multiplayer games. Really.
Yeah, so
Well, I shouldn't say not multiplayer because I know a lot of people.
they want single player too. People like their multiplayer, sure, but they also want to play a game on their own when they can. So excluding it makes no sense. Like some kind of single player and something at least helps.
Sorry about that.
Alright,
Single
let's
player
command
games are
you.
dead, don't you know? EA said so. Yeah, well, guess what? EA almost got in a lawsuit last year because of microtransactions and their loot boxes. So I don't think they're the good enough of a judge to know what's right and what's wrong. So.
Oh, of course, because they're bad judgment. I mean, this year, no loot box was kind of in response to it starting to get banned almost everywhere. I guess it's already banned in Europe. It's starting to get banned in Hawaii, so someone in the States.
Well, let's be honest. It really is gambling.
It is. It's the definition of it.
It's stupid. I don't give a pass to the cosmetics. I know there's a lot of people saying, well, if it's cosmetics, it's okay. No, it shouldn't be okay at all.
Oh, yeah, I mean, gambling's gambling. I don't mind it when it's like that, but it's not forgiven. It's still there. Like,
Trust me.
anymore, I'm starting to become numb to the idea of that, but when a game has that for something more required, like what EA wanted to do with Battlefront 2, that's a whole different story. It's like, that was bad. Like, you don't lock actual characters and abilities and such behind a paywall like that, because it won't work. And it didn't.
Trust me, I'm already kind of getting sick of it in the free-to-play games. Trust me, I'm already sick of it in Fire Emblem Heroes.
Oh yeah, it makes sense only for those games because they're free to play, and they've been doing that for years. It's how they make money. But for a full-fledged $60 game, that's kind of stupid and unforgivable.
Trust
That's
me,
worse.
I know it's free, and technically you shouldn't complain about it because it's free. But in the same sense, it's still addicting and it still can cause you problems. So.
Well, that's why the ESRB has to kind of step in now and put warnings on those games. They have to flat out say there's microtransactions now.
I love Fire Emblem Heroes, don't get me wrong, but it does have an issue. And I'm part of the problem because I've contributed. So.
Yeah, like DLC is one thing to me that I don't mind because it's extra stuff you're adding to the game later. It's actually being developed for it later, so it makes sense to buy that. But yeah, something that's kind of cosmetic or a new character that you could have added in from an update or even as an actual DLC, to be fair, that's kind of stupid because then you have a random chance of getting it. Why? That I don't understand.
Yeah, if you have a $60 game, I want. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. That's pretty much my stance on it.
Yeah.
I never paid for anything for loot box. I got a bunch of free ones in Overwatch thanks to their giveaway stuff, but I never bought one.
Yeah. Trust me, it already bothers me when they're talking about DLC when the game isn't even.
Yeah, that always bothers me too because it's kind of dumb. Focus on the product you're making before you make DLC. Because that just seems backwards to me.
I know, like, trust me, like, when Zelda, even, I know Zelda had the same thing, but at least, you know, we knew Zelda's existence, like, let's say about 3 or 4 years at that point before.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't talk about DLC until after the game came out anyways.
No,
So,
they talked about it. They talked about the season pass. Like,
well, they mentioned it, but they never said what it was about.
Beforehand, but
So, yeah. It was at least a little bit better because we knew what we were getting into before they even talked about DLC.
that one wasn't as big as like
Where's your work
Anthem.
container?
Like Anthem's in issue right now. It's just like, yeah,
Found it.
yeah. Ethan, we're all part of the problem. We say we don't want this stuff, but yet we contribute. So I know. I trust me. I've been there too.
Okay, now back to Linkle.
I've spent $10 on that game before. One second.
Yeah, I never do because I have a motto of I pay to lose basically when it comes to those games. Because if you can play it all for free, I would never bother. Only because of that reason.
you know, we all have those one games that
I
we
mean,
want
my
to be.
biggest issue, I keep on buying free and playing it. And you know I'm buying it again when it comes out on Switch.
You probably
Because
gonna stream it.
I've honestly, out of all of the versions, this is the one I'm really excited for the most, just because I've wanted a portable version of the game for years, and the closest we've gotten was when they released it on PS4 last year, and you do PS4 remote play with the Vita. But even then, you have to be on internet connection, so it's not the most portable.
I've been that way, Chris, with like PS4 games, but like Nintendo games, they usually keep their value. So it's like, do I want to save money by pre-ordering this and getting it for $7 out of $6?
Yeah, basically. That's the only reason why I've been buying new games over the past couple of years. It's because of that dang pre-order discount we can get.
That's my biggest issue, but I do agree with you. I haven't bought God of War yet, but I probably buy it and down to $20.
Yeah, I'll probably pick that up during the sale at some point too. Because look at Horizon. Horizon Zero Dawn last year was one of the most popular games. Now you can buy the Game of the Year version $20.
For $20.
And I think that, from what they said, I think they confirmed that being the base price for it for now on or something like that. Like, it's supposed to be super cheap in general. And it's ridiculous. And it also makes me sad because I own that game. And I don't have any of the DLC, and I bought it for $40.
This edition, when it came out, I felt so upset about that because I bought the collector. No, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I bought the collector's edition of Horizon Zero Dawn when it came out, and that was like what, like $100.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from how I'm seeing it, is the DLC itself 20? Because if it is, and I can find a physical version of the Game of the Year for that, I'll just end up one day just picking up another disc. I don't care at that point, because it's going to be the same price. Like, normally, if I can get the Game of the Year for the same price as the DLC or less, then I just go for Game of the Year.
Oh my gosh, she really is a ditz.
Yeah, see, that's like the fourth time she's walked past that sign.
Midna and Linkle made it to the
Yeah, I heard that Horizon Zero Dawn is a great game. I have it. I play it. I was just talking about the fact that Chris, I'm kind of getting that way now where I'm not going to buy a PS4 game unless at launch day anymore, really. I think I'm going to wait. I'm doing the same thing with Spider-Man. I'm going to probably do the same thing for
I mean, my exception to that is on interest level, because if I'm super interested, okay, sure, it will justify it. But that's basically it. Like right now, the only other PS4 games I have planned for this year is Sonic Mania Plus, to have a physical version of that, and I don't have it on PS4. And then possibly Spyro, because if I got it, it would be on that one, not Xbox. But I'm debating on that one, depends on what else comes out in September. I think there's one other thing I have that comes out in September that I have pre-ordered, and I'm debating on it.
I'm buying Red Dead 2 and Kingdom Hearts at full price, so,
yeah.
But those are games I'm interested in.
Are you buying the special edition for your story?
Oh, no, I'm just buying the base edition, I don't care.
Linkle hurried to Hyrule Castle.
Alright, Chris.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, Dover. I think it is about $20 now for complete edition for Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think that's supposed to be its base price from now on, too, from what I've heard.
We were just talking about how the fact that a lot of PS4 games, especially even exclusives, are going down in price, like $20 a year after.
Speaking of even too, like you just wait on sales in general, even for a couple years down. Like I see right now, you can buy the 2013 reboot of like Tomb Raider on PC right now. There's a sale going on. It's like $3. That's insane. And the Rise of Tomb Raider, I believe, is like maybe $5 or $10. It's like super cheap. I'm actually gonna look that one up now.
Because I'm starting to get now to the point where
it's about 20. It's like $17.99. So let's say about 20. So see, you wait like a year or two and things are cheap.
I mean, I'm excited for Red Dead 2, but if it comes down to it and I don't have really that, I will just play it on.
Oh, looks like everybody can do a Valley of Sears. Okay, well, Link, my man. Why not?
Have you tried the spinner yet?
I don't have the spinner.
Wait, what?
No, I scanned in my Link amiibo. It didn't give me a spinner. It just gave me another Highland sword. Or Knight sword, sorry. They changed what amiibo scanned and what for this version.
They did?
Yeah.
Let Let me go see which ones give you the spinner.
I scanned in Kirby and he gave me 50,000 rupees.
Rashness nearly cost him his life as shadowy doubles overwhelmed him.
He was my favorite
At the
amiibo.
last moment, Link's allies salvaged a rescue from otherwise certain defeat. The Master Sword is a mighty weapon, but its true
Let me go see.
power can be used only by someone who understands the bonds of friendship. The Hyrulean army was rallying its strength, but Sia's forces still controlled much of their homeland. The only way to save Hyrule was to defeat Sia. The Hyrulean army headed to the Valley of Seers to force a decisive
Oh, that's why.
but Sia didn't.
The spinner has been relocated to an adventure map unlocked.
She found
Yeah,
new
so
ways to
I'm not
fortify
surprised.
her
They
troops
shifted some
using
stuff
the
around.
Crap.
Triforce.
That's silly.
The cost to herself was irrelevant. so
That's
long
okay.
as she crushed her enemies.
They moved the spinner to
Final
the.
battle between
Oh, yeah.
I thought
I mean,
you
I'm
had
not
this-
touching any adventure mode until I'm done with Legends. Because once I'm done with Legends mode, then everything will basically be unlocked for that.
Trust me, you're gonna want to wait until
Yeah,
then.
I've heard that basically you jump in before you finish the story mode, you're not going to be able to do a lot of stuff in adventure mode for any map.
You have to pretty much know the basics of the original Legends of Zelda, though.
Oh yeah, because they do all the same extra secrets in the map.
Yeah.
So, we have to defeat Sia to win. Alright, let's just stab Lana. I'm sorry, but you're going to die anyways if we kill Sia. Might as well just take the easy target.
Wait, have you gotten to play? I'm sorry if I'm spoiling. I'm really sorry if I'm spoiling.
Don't.
Has he gotten to the part where he can play as you know? Yeah, okay. Gosh, this game is long.
It is, dude. We're in the epilogue, but this is not the end of the game, so it's long.
No, it's not the epilogue because
No,
you still
that's,
gotta-
why is the chapter called epilogue? I want to know. That's confusing. It's false hope.
I don't know. Trust me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I looked up chapter names. So we have one chapter after this, don't remember what it's called, and then we have another one that's called Grand Finale. Like, how confusing can we get?
Yeah, you haven't gotten to the one part that. Yeah, just.
I mean, I've
You have a
seen
lot
a
of
decent
games.
amount. I already know what the final boss basically can be. Believe it's a giant pig cannon, which I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, some stuff, excuse me, I already know about.
You know what's funny? If you saw that, I don't know if you saw the WoW rules Triforce just
Yeah,
now.
I did.
Okay.
That was a little subtle reference at
I'm
it.
back. I think you meant to say I am back. You said I'm back.
I'm back. If you say
I'm
that way, it
back.
makes more sense. But hey, welcome back.
I think I might have told you about this one tweet earlier. I think I told you yesterday, but it was like Eustace Bang. He said, "I'm gonna get me mallet."
Yep.
And then it shows like character creation in Bloodborne. Someone actually made a Eustace Bang with mallet.
Yeah. No, I remember seeing that when Bloodborne first came out too, and it was hilarious.
What are the chances of Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to PC?
I don't
think-
know because they still haven't put Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 on there, and they would probably do that before 3.
I
Like any of the
don't
final
want-
mixes.
Chris, I don't want to tell you, but I don't.
Like, I would love it to come to PC, but I don't think it will either.
I
That'd be
mean, trust
cool.
me, I'm really surprised that the game is even on Xbox One of all consoles.
Yeah, it's just random.
It bothers me. Like, I don't know why. Because I don't know. Yeah, there's low rules Triforce right there. That's why you're asking. I know.
Where are you
probably
at?
won't play it.
Someone wanted
probably-
help.
That's your preferred way to play it, and I completely understand. But I don't think there's going to be.
I mean, that's usually where I go anymore for multi-platform games. It usually is the better way to play for most of them anymore. And especially if they want to do that remaster crap, you don't have to worry about it. You already own the remastered version.
I don't. Trust me, there's a bunch of people even asking if it's even coming to Switch. I said, I don't think so.
Like, no, I don't think that's going to happen either if it's not coming to PC. It would go there first.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is older than the Switch itself. I have hardly any doubt that that game's coming.
And I know people use the argument of, well, Kingdom Hearts was on Nintendo before, but at the same time, that
Yeah,
doesn't
but Kingdom
guarantee
Hearts
anything.
Development time is older than the Switch itself. Yeah, PC probably has a better chance of that.
Oh, it does. Because it'd be easier to port a game to PC than to a Switch.
Yeah, trust
So
me.
if you see that, it would be on PC first.
I just don't think it's coming to PC myself. That's just.
No, I can guarantee it won't. They would have already announced something like that by now.
With this game being like what 5 years at this point in development, I don't.
Something like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. Tomorrow could surprise me. Well, not tomorrow, but Monday could surprise me. They did announce that. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 on PC, so.
Yeah, which is, if you have the hardware to run it, mind you, probably the best way to play it nowadays. It just runs beautifully from what I've seen. But man, you really need some taxing hardware to get to that state. Although I think my favorite stuff is always to watch the, besides my low battery, to watch people try to run something like that on the lowest settings possible. It looks worse than a PS1 game.
Am I thinking of getting 15? I have base 15 on PS4. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. I was just talking about because I was thinking of probably picking up the season pass whenever it goes on sale at one point.
Yeah, which will probably be the best idea at that point if you want to start playing it.
That's why I was asking earlier, because I was like, I didn't even know if they were done with the DLC at the chance at that point.
Which, yeah, they've been kind of taking forever on that front.
Every Final Fantasy game is on Steam except 1 and 2.
I mean, most of them aren't great because of the mobile ports, unfortunately, so it's like, yeah, they are, but they're not done proper. They're just kind of slapped on
Final
there.
Fantasy 6 terrible.
Yep.
I think 4 has the completed.
I think 4 is okay, yeah.
Took the PSP version and just. Which the PSP version of 4, I think it's a toss-up for me for what the best version of 4 is. It's either PSP or the DS version. I think that's, honestly, it's one of those two versions that I think are the best of 4. On Steam, I figured 4 would do the PSP version because it is the complete one with the after years. Let me go look. I'm looking it up now. They sold the after years separately. Okay. It is the DS version. Okay, alright. Never mind, I was wrong. It is the DS version on Steam.
Oh, I thought they would use a mobile version for 4, because I think that was on mobile.
It's based off the DS version.
Yeah, also this was a good conversation to pass the time. So sorry about that, chat. My controller was dying, so I need to find a cord. I don't know where I put my normal charging cord for the Pro Controller. So I had to dig out my spare. Yeah, I had to dig out the spare in my backpack. I gotta go through that cable drawer again. It's all full of just mismatched wires. I don't know which is which anymore. So that's a problem. I gotta reorganize it again.
Yeah, I hate that. Trust me. There's too many cords in my life. That's what happens.
I mean, same here. I mean, that's why my upscaler is set up. Luckily, I was able to kind of hide most of the cords in the second entertainment center in this room, because there's a lot going into that. There's RGB, there's the S-Video, which unfortunately that has to poke out, so you will see it. There's like a bunch of component cords, VGA, a random HDMI. It has like so much going on, and it's a mess. And that's on that's just one's device. Oh, I know what's going on here. Oh, damn it, Steam. This is Steam's fault. My controller is working on the PC. I don't want it on PC because I'm using that to charge. It's right next to me.
5 and 6 are based off of the mobile versions, and Chrono Trigger is too. That's why there was a big outcry because those are the worst ones.
Yeah, people did not like those versions.
I especially remember when Chrono Trigger came out on Steam. There was a bunch of people pissed off.
Yeah, I remember that too. Like, ooh, it was rough.
Remake of After Years is sold separately. It's on the Wii Shop and Steam. Okay, well, I can't get it on the Wii Shop now because
Yeah. I mean, you can, but you can't buy anything.
I can, but that's not legal. So
That's why I say go on the shop, but you're not buying anything. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Stop
you
connecting
can
my
go.
computer.
not buying it. Never bought either ones. Yeah, just be worried that I think Final Fantasy IX on Steam is based off the mobile version too, but Final Fantasy IX is okay. No, it's not. What am I talking about? Final Fantasy IX's Steam version it was worked from the ground up, so it's okay. It's great. I think that was the best version to play, honestly.
Oh, finally! God. Now,
Yeah, Alice,
the quick question is, will my controller stay paired?
I hope so. I hope they're there.
Yeah. I'm turning back on Steam just to have it run. Oh, no!
Oh, goodness.
Slap the game. Oh, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, Allison. I'm so glad when I bought my Wii Virtual Console games when I did. Because
I mean, I'm also glad for my sake I didn't do a transfer because they look amazing running through, like Virtual Console running through my upscaler. Oh, come on, Steam! It's taking control. I don't want that.
Rip.
I mean, I love how they added Pro Controller support, but at the same time, take this out. Take this controller out of my setup, please.
Final Fantasy 7 and 8 were kind of the same scenario as 9 is. Those two were made from PC, and the Final Fantasy 7 on PS4 is based off of the Steam version.
Yeah, which is true. What was it? Human Interactive?
Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 were all made from the ground up.
Yeah.
Using PC. So they're the better versions to play, honestly. They're not straight ports, they're work from the ground up. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, which is nice.
By the
If
way,
they actually have work done to them, they're nice ports.
if any of you guys haven't played 9, strongly suggest it, because 9's my favorite one.
I have both 7 and 9 on PC, and that's how I want to just play through them, because it'll make things a lot easier. It's more streamlined, which really helps.
10's great, too. I like 10. I know a lot of people don't like 10 because it's too linear, but I like 10.
Okay, my controller paired, but the home button light is still blue. Why?
What?
That's what Steam Auto does.
Steam? Stop it. Oh, you did buy Castlevania.
It's still on! My controller's disconnected from the Switch, but it's still on! What is going on?
I think we're gonna have to take a break so you can find your cord.
How do you actually turn off the dang controller is my question. Because I need to turn it off. I'm doing the normal trick by holding down home button.
Why don't you reset the console?
I might have to. Oh, I'm going to be very confused if I do that and it's still lit. Well, if that's the case. Okay, I think we have to work.
Is it
Hey,
working?
my controller's working. There you go. And it's charging.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep. You see it there. See it there. And there's a charge. Alright, all I have to do is literally just close Steam. It's being a problem. I also stopped my local recording because of all that, so I'll just have to restart a new one if I decide to put this up on the YouTubes later on. I'll just have to remember that in post. Alright, let's try this again.
You did get Curse of the Moon, though.
Yeah, which
You went and
honestly,
got
it's like, it's another $10, but like, oh man, I'm not buying anything in June.
I'm not buying anything.
You can have my wallet for a month. That way maybe I won't touch it.
We know the feeling, Lester.
I know.
We just bought a new
We just bought a new TV.
4K TV.
Yeah.
At least you guys got the wedding money. That helps.
We used our wedding money to buy it to 4K television.
I needed a new TV though.
I mean, that's true with all the issues you were having trying to see it after a while.
It was giving me headaches. Darn PS4 small text.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean, to be fair, that's not gonna be any better any size TV, but man, it makes it easier.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like PS4, please. I mean, any new system nowadays, please.
I don't understand why. This may just be my gripe of mine, but why do they make the text so small when they put it in subtitles?
Yeah, it's a weird issue. I think that's a problem when they make it for PCs, because if you develop on that platform first, it makes it hard to read after a while. But it's easy to read on a computer screen, so they're just like, we'll leave it. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Also, welcome back, Allison.
Yeah.
If you guys are twins.
The twinsies. Just like that Cyanide and Happiness game.
I knew this boulder was suspicious.
You squash the bug with a hammer.
I mean, it's fitting.
My mallet. I'm gonna get me a mallet.
This is probably my favorite combo with Link, because it's a crowd clearer. I mean, let's clear this crowd. I missed a keep boss. I think they put out the PSP version of Final Fantasy II. That'd be perfect. I mean, that'd be nice to see them do that instead of a weird mobile version.
If they put the PSP version of Final Fantasy 2 and 1 on there, that'd be great, because those are good versions. I mean, the GBA versions are good too, but the GBA version had it all on compilation.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting to see that for that reason. Just any version that had some extra work done.
Just bundle them so I don't have to feel bad about fighting them.
Yeah, really. I mean, they always do
you,
bundles on the platform, so at one point.
I'm gonna give you a big warning if you ever play Final Fantasy 2. It's really broken. Like, bad broken. To give you an example, you set your teammates on fire to increase stat.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely broken.
Like, that kind of
Did
broken.
they fix that with later ports like the PSP or GBA?
I don't think so, because that was part of its charm in a way. It's kind of like did the remake of Ocarina of Time fix a lot of the bugs?
Well, to be fair, Grezzo,
Nope.
when they were porting the game onto 3DS, they didn't really change much in the original code. So, because of that, most of the glitches they kind of just left in because it was an accident. But they said it's like nostalgic purposes. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I also heard the developers say that the reason why they kept it in is because it's more nostalgia for them.
I mean, honestly, that was kind of a cover. Because again, they did kind of use the original N64 version as the base, but didn't really change much of the code. Which is how there were certain glitches that not only were still existing that really shouldn't have, but the new ones that were made, like use Pharaoh's Win anywhere. Because that's only a 3DS issue.
Well, what I was talking about with Final Fantasy 2 is like the way your stats increase when you level up is based on certain situations happening. So if you let's say you get hit a couple times, your HP, your defense might go. Because you're getting hit a lot. So people really abuse this by like attacking their own teammate, and then they would level up the way they want them to. So it's just like it's like an exploit. It's not really like a
Basically
glitch.
is, yeah.
So, like if you play Final Fantasy, it's just Final Fantasy 2 hasn't aged.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of games that haven't aged well.
Yeah. I can think of a couple off the top of my head for that same reason too.
Couple
Like
of
the original
Sonic
Zelda
games.
1.
Zelda 1 hasn't aged well at all.
In a sense, same for Zelda 2.
Zelda 2 kind of, way how I view it is, it kind of got the NES Castlevania treatment, where it was just really hard and kicked you in the nuts, but it was doable.
Yeah.
Zelda 1, on the other hand, was too cryptic for my taste. I have to have a guide book.
I mean, both games I do, to be fair, because Zelda 2 also has a lot of those weird moments. Like, you walk through a wall, and that's a solution.
Yeah. True.
I only was able to beat both of the games when I was a kid on the GameCube collection using the guide. I could not do that without a guide.
I can't beat Zelda 1 without a guide, because I don't remember it anyhow.
Yeah.
Link to the Past is great, though.
Yeah.
I think Link to the Past was kind of the pinnacle that they needed, though.
Especially for the 2D formula, yeah.
Because, I don't know, like, I shouldn't harp on, because I know the Zelda games are really great in their own merit in some ways, but I think the pinnacle of, like, when they kind of figured out that they had something that they wanted to work with, I think that moment happened with Link to the Past.
Yeah. I believe it was with that too, because at that point they had a formula that they knew this is what we want to keep on using. Because they did that with a lot of games forward. Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. But they had a structure. And it was thanks to that game.
Like, Zelda 1 had dungeons, yes.
No, I've never seen the cube!
You never seen that attack?
Now that's amazing.
I love that attack. But yeah, Zelda 1 had dungeons, but a lot of the times it was just like push this block over and attack, clear out the room with enemies. It wasn't really like puzzle stuff. It wasn't all that stuff until like Link to the Past. You actually had like, okay, well, you're gonna get an item in the dungeon that will help you with the puzzles inside the dungeon and help you defeat the boss.
Because you did get the rare moment when that happened in the first Zelda, but it was only in specific dungeons.
Yeah.
Most of them you can do whatever order because it didn't matter what item you had. You just had to kill things.
A lot of people ask, like, why did Zelda 2 just, like, was so different from the other ones? I said they had every right to be that way because at the time they didn't have an established formula yet.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
Zelda 2 being the way it is, I feel like they had every right to make it different if they wanted. Because Zelda was, like, the concept of an adventure game like that was still relatively, like, novice. So, that's just, I think that the pinnacle of, like, Zelda, like, they finally figured out what to do with the series in a way. Would hit that mark and Link to the Past, really. Link to the Past is such a great game.
Yeah.
And there was Link's Awakening that kind of kept that style of puzzle solving and other stuff. And then Ocarina of Time, obviously. Oh my gosh! You swapped the Link and he was just like rows upon rows.
I mean, that normally happens. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the Sanctums. I think I need Link for it, so I'm bringing him way back there. That's the only problem. It's like, yeah, I can play as anyone here, but I need to play as Link. So I'm playing as Link. Said, now use the Master Sword. Oh, I left that in my other tunic.
Because...
Yeah, hello? I captured the sanctums. We own these. So what's going on? Why are we just laughing? I mean, I'm looking at the Triforce. This is weird. Is it because of Impa taking a nap? Because she was perfectly fine, and I walk over here and she needed help?
The heck? Lester, did you get the chance to see the Neo Geo Mini they just...
Yeah, I don't know if this is a glitch. I kind of agree there. And I've seen like a bit of it when they first announced it.
The thing is so tiny.
It is.
It's like an arcade cabinet that's really tiny.
I mean, that's the point, which is cool. I'm just curious to see can you play it like that? Like, can you use the buttons and the joystick and then hook it up to the TV?
Yeah, you can.
And can you play? And is that a working screen?
Let me show you a GIF of it.
If it's a working screen, oh man, now we got our Switch comparator, boys.
Thing is, though, is like I think that screen's way too small. That's my problem.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard about it. It's like a 3-inch screen. I mean, you're buying it literally for a novelty's sake. You're not buying it for the best way to play in terms of looks.
But like, holy crap! Like, I don't understand how you play it. Holy crap, that's small.
Okay. Captured. Anyone want to do anything?
Nah. We're just chilling.
Seriously, what the heck is supposed to happen here? I'm a little confused. Lana, join with everyone. All hold hands.
Sing Kumbaya.
If anyone knows what's going on here, this will be me asking for the help, so go for it. Because I want to make progression. I've captured the last 2 sanctions, like it says. I got the green marks in blue. This is weird.
Do you have to go towards the north portion of the map?
Well, they want me to do both of these. That's why I'm confused, because it looks like there'd be a way to interact, but there's not.
Go towards the north portion of the map, where the boss is.
I mean, it's shut. I can try it. It's the only thing I can think of, too.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I could just hook shot my way up. That'd be nice.
Oh, this is odd.
Yeah, see, because I feel like there should be something happening right now, because I got both the points. Wait, what? Hang on. Now this Triforce flipped. This was still reversed, and now it's fine. Okay. Still confused. Why did you flip?
Maybe you have to clear out the rest of the bases.
There is no more bases. That's the problem. Like, the only ones that are left are behind locked doors. So that's why I'm weirdly confused by this. Oh, you did end up picking up Hyrule Warriors and switched over. Nice. Hopefully you enjoy that version.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
Yeah.
I know you played the Wii U version, so...
Yeah, well, he did say he was having some issues with it, so... upgrading it to Switch will probably make it easier for him to play. I believe he said he had some issues like loading some stuff on Wii U with this game. I mean, you can always clarify on that one. I mean, I really enjoyed this version. Nowadays, I don't see myself going back to any other version. This is basically what I wanted the game to be from the start. A good way to play on a home console, and then also portable, but keeping my progress. Because that would be nice. I was just hoping to have some at least like level transfer thing between the Wii U and the 3DS version, but nope. Nope.
Gotta play from start.
Yep, which was kind of a missed opportunity there. Apparently, I heard a lot of other weird quirks about the 3DS version I didn't know about. Like, you didn't have the background music selection in any stage, so you're stuck with whatever music was there by default. Apparently, there was some other music changes, too. Like, when you activated your magic meter move, the music wouldn't change tune, so it would just be literally what you've been hearing the entire time, nothing different. So, yeah, it's weird. And obviously the performance was the big one.
Let me go look up Lester. I don't know.
I'm legit confused here. I swear, if I need the Master Sword for this, I'm going to be upset because I don't have it.
What is this, the Valley of Seers?
Yeah, in Epilogue. I guess my way, I can at least take out the last 3 outposts over there in the base area. Darunia needs the experience.
Did you defeat Manhandler?
I haven't seen Manhandler in this version of the map yet. I mean, the last time we were here, we did that, and that was the final thing.
It says that would be the west. Okay, so it's capture the 2 vital keeps. Did you do? Is that the one you're on?
Oh, well, okay. This did not load earlier. We passed through here, nothing loaded. I feel gypped.
Oh, now you're
So the game did glitch a bit. So we walked through here, enemies didn't load, so I figured, oh, well, I guess this is not an important thing till much later. Like, after we do the sanction stuff.
Only Noir is following you, Lester.
It is.
Holy crap. Okay.
Well, now I at least know what to do about the sanctums.
Phil Spencer on Twitter just said, wrapped up our final Xbox E3 rehearsal. Feeling great about the show. Excited for world premiere of 15 games.
Oh my god. That word. I can't wait for tomorrow's drinking game. World premiere every time.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the tweet that he said? Yeah. 15 games tomorrow and much, much more, he said.
I'll be finding more original Xbox games being added to the backwards compatibility. Can we add Jet Set Radio Future? I would love that.
Yeah.
Please. That's like my one wish now for the backwards compatibility. Because we got my other one, which was Conquer Live and Reloaded. So, if we can just get the Jet Set Radio Future backwards compatibility, I'll be happy. Oh, and, you know, Unleash maybe for the 360 side. That'd be also nice. And have it run higher than 5 frames a second. How'd
Unleashed?
I would test that immediately because I got a save file for it.
Was it Unleashed and
No, Generation's now backwards compatible.
Okay.
Which is good. It's still not as good as the PC version, but it's still there. It works and it's nice. Ah, a face off against me.
It's a Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, except one's blue hair and one's white hair.
You know which one I'm talking about? The one where he's pointing at himself?
No, yeah. It's basically... No, that's also basically the Spider-Man game, too. Because they reference... I think that's actually what that scene was probably supposed to mock now, thinking about it. It's supposed to mock the old cartoon show. You know, we'll eventually get around to doing Spider-Man 2 on PS1 for the League. I just gotta actually play it. I played a couple of levels so far. I'm still grateful that that was a gift years ago from you, Amber.
She's kind of like a good color.
It's okay. No, I'm still grateful that Spider-Man 2 on PS1 was a gift from you years ago, Amber. Still gotta play it, and we'll record it one day for League. It's on the list of things I could possibly do for the channel.
I'm glad I was able to get it for you.
Yeah, and what's exciting now is I'll actually probably record it on like official hardware, not just PS3. I'll probably just play on the PS2.
By the way, this is the meme I was talking about, everybody.
Yeah, the 2 Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's like
magic.
the fair one. Face off against me. I don't know. Spider-Man's just about as meme worthy as Deadpool is, really.
Yeah, it can be.
This is bullshit. You can't grind Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh. Heart container.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, where's my piece of heart? It's weird how I find this first. Normally it doesn't happen. I was wondering about those random rocks when we were here the first time. Like, they just seemed out of place. That's why.
I like the new Spider-Man game. I like what I see of it.
I mean,
It's
it
just-
looks interesting, yeah. I still wait for my sake.
I'm gonna wait on it.
But it does look pretty interesting so far. And we'll see more of it Monday.
It reminds me a lot of Batman.
Actually, Lana's the
Batman.
closest.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It reminds me a lot of Arkham City.
I think that's
Arkham.
what they were going for the gameplay.
Because I mean, like, if it ain't broke, you know that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, you should have told Rocksteady that before they made Arkham Knight. Most people said that was kind of
Well-
broke.
Well, Arkham Knight had issues on PC.
Well, even on console, it was a little weird. But to be fair, it wasn't that was the problem for most people. I mean, obviously, if you play on PC, it was. But the biggest problem was the structure. People didn't like as much. Actually, I hear a lot of people say it's worse than Origins, which is really weird to hear. Since that one you would thought would be lower, it wasn't made by the same company. It was made by WB themselves, not Rocksteady.
The Bat Tank section.
Yeah, Bat Tank is weird. I didn't mind it. I thought they were fun, but they're weird to control. It takes a lot of time to get used to the tank.
Do I have that now?
I think
I
you
do.
probably picked it up on PS4.
I think I picked it up one day. I can't remember. It's been a while. I have to play through Arkham City and Arkham Origins. I haven't gotten a chance yet.
Oh, I
Played
need to
Arkham-
escort Zelda. Zelda, come here. Zelda. Here, girl.
She's not a freaking dog.
Half
Stop
the time
it.
they act like it. Because they stand around waiting for a treat. Thank you.
I know she's a video game AI, but
What is she doing? Oh, there she goes. That makes more sense.
you had to kill it.
No, she was just walking back and forth. Like that. She's just looking at it's like, what, is this a stare down? Thank you. Alright, what do we get? Did we pull the moon down again?
I guess Battlefield 5 is getting its own Battle Royale mode.
And like 8 people in the audience clapped.
Great, because you know what? Call of Duty needs some competition.
Wait, how did that? Oh, I guess that's supposed to fail by story missions. 'Cause how the game's been going tonight, I would legit think that was a problem, and not story progression.
Why does everything need Battle Royale now?
Because it's a catchy word. PUBG popularized it, and now everyone's going crazy because Fortnite made it better. And now everyone's like, I want it. And honestly, it's not needed in most games because most games weren't structured for that kind of gameplay.
I get kind of like I find
The-
it silly though.
It's weird. The only AAA game that's wanting to do Battle Royale so far that kind of makes sense was Battlefield because you can play those games with like 64 plus players. So it already had the bigger player base in a game, like a single game at once, but it's still like a weird gameplay shift.
Battle Royale.
So get ready. Everyone have your Battle Royale counters ready for this conference. This year's E3, that's going to be the catchword, like VR was from last year.
Like I said earlier today, I said I was gonna legit blast some if Smash Brothers subtitle ends up being Super Smash Brothers Battle Royale. That would be funny. Like, I know Smash Brothers wouldn't have a battle, but they might. You never know. Good lord, the frame rate would tank if they had a battle royale.
I mean, it already tanked at some points in, like, 3DS. And sometimes even Wii U.
Lord, can you think about that 100-man Smash?
Oh god, 8 was already too chaotic in most situations.
They would need a really freaking huge map. They would need a Great Cave Offensive.
Oh, dude, no. We don't need that again. I love Kirby Superstar, but don't bring that back. Kill it. If you're gonna bring it back, just make it the flat surface version. Do not give us the giant map again. That was one of the worst stages in the game.
I knew that would trigger you, Lester, because I knew you hated that stage so much.
It's like, if you didn't play on the Final Destination version of that stage, it was not easy to see who you were.
Oh my gosh, he got caught.
Yeah, I know, that's the best. Do it again. Hey, where you going?
Everyone would look like ants.
They already did, and that was the worst part.
They would all have 300 health too, because Super Smash Brothers Battle Royale. Do you think it's a new game, Lester?
It's probably gonna be like Splatoon 2, like a half step.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's gonna be new, but it's gonna have a lot of returning elements.
Yeah. There would be no point in that case. Yeah, I was just joking. I don't really think they would ever do a Battle Royale.
No, they wouldn't. If Nintendo wanted to do something like that, they would make something unique for it. They wouldn't just use one of their major IPs like Smash. That wouldn't work.
I mean, if you want to be technical, they kind of revolutionized the idea of, well,
fan service. Also, to finish your sentence, that's also not wrong.
I don't have the Master Sword. I can kick your ass about it. Oh, by the way,
Oh, hi, Sia. Have you met your friend Sia?
No, I didn't. See ya. Sorry, I had to. Oh, but in today, Tim uploaded another one of the Link to the Past Super Metroid randomizers. He found the shield, like the very first shield, in Ridley.
What a place to find it. In next to the final boss of the other game.
That's sad. He found the first shield in Ridley, of all places.
It's random as heck, that's for sure. And I heard girls really want Link, but this is ridiculous.
Link's like,
multiplies.
I'm sorry, what the heck? What is it with him?
Stop guarding.
Randomizer? Oh, this playthrough is it's a fairly recent randomizer where they combine both Legend of Zelda Past and Super Metroid. And you have to play through both games, and the items are all mixed mashed. Sometimes you'll find Zelda items in Super Metroid, and sometimes you'll find items or Metroid items in Zelda. but like in some rooms, like useless rooms and games, they connected to each other. So if you go into that room, you'll go to the other game.
Yeah, so just if you walk in a map room that was kind of useless in Super Metroid, it'll warp you to something like a fortune teller in Link to the Past. That, once again, was useless. Like, they're not trying to have that replace specific rooms in the game that you kind of needed to interact with. So it's at least all optional stuff that they have the transitions, which is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I think this is like my favorite randomizer made.
I mean, this is probably a cool one. I feel like I'd probably play the Link to the Past randomizer before I play that, just so I can have like an idea before jumping in.
Yeah.
And then probably just play that one not too long after.
Randomizer?
I'm probably gonna stream another one at some point. If I do, probably the next one I'd want to try would be the Ocarina of Time one. So I played that game so many times. That feels like one of the best ones up my alley in particular.
But
I mean, I'm sick of seeing it, but I wouldn't mind playing it.
Nintendo Capri Sun was doing a playthrough of it, and in today's episode he uploaded. He found Link's shield, like the very first shield you get in the game. Found it in Ridley place. Found it in like the lower portion of Norfair and Super Metroid.
Which is so weird.
Crap. It's like so late in the game. It's ridiculous. I found that funny. Found the red tunic there too. Oh, and the Pegasus boots were in Meridia.
Okay. Let's go fast underwater.
Ice Beam was in Ridley's too. Yeah, you did it. You beat Sia.
Oh no, me, are you okay? I'm sorry, me, I'm dead.
I'm sorry, B. I'm just not good enough for you. What are you talking about, me? We're the same person.
But how is your body different than mine? And I have long hair. That's probably one of the best questions. They look completely different, but yet they're also the same. They only have the same face. Everything else is completely different. But to be fair, it's kind of like a Piccolo and Kami thing, comparing it to Dragon Ball. They don't look anything alike.
Yeah.
And of course, the younger half is the one that lives.
I was a fool. I used the Triforce of Power for bad.
Now I'm Super Lana. Just merged with myself. I can win. I feel great. I can do this.
Alright guys, go back to your own time period. Go back to your own game.
Before there's any more confusions in the timeline. And then Fi's just spinning out of existence. Her batteries were low. She had to go replace them.
Bless her.
Alana, you missed out on the opportunity to fist bump.
Double boost!
There, Temple's gone. Thank God. We don't need that coming back in the next Smash. And then get rid of that Bridge of Elden crap. Who needs another stage from Twilight Princess? Just erase all the stages.
Chris is now singing fist bump. Missed an opportunity to mash the X button to get them.
Yeah. I mean, you do mash already in this game. We only need F-Zero stages now. And nothing else.
We need to bring back Big Blue. Yeah, save the world, Lester.
Zelda. You don't play harp. That's Sheik, remember? Quick, put back on your mask.
That's Sheik that does that. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, we already know who it is. She revealed herself, but it's still, like, just put back on the mask. Oh, dang it. Who didn't turn off the faucet on the Master Sword?
Did you think it was over?
I mean, I already know it's not because I already read 2 more chapters ahead. It's like, oh, a priest has returned to Hyrule. Oh, wait. You thought this was Epilogue. No, it's not.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now we get to play as the king of all Pikmin. Who has a very loud laugh. Holy crap.
Honestly, this is probably my favorite artwork. Yeah,
This is a really cool Ganon art design, I agree.
This Ganon is a great one. Because he just...
got 2 interior weapons.
Rip run. Crap.
Gotta get those 6s eventually. Wow, all the way back to Elden Caves. Yeah, because we can actually go ahead and play as Ganondorf now, but it said no. Go all the way back to here later. You go to Ganondorf at your own time.
Long now. They made this game like ridiculously long now.
With Legends, they added in more of the single player stuff, like the story, because they have all the extra Majora's Mask and Wind Waker stuff. I believe they added to this, so we got a lot of extra, and Link obviously got a lot of extra story. Holy crap! But yeah, that was the epilogue, quote unquote.
Epilogue.
And we have Sia's Tale. I'm guessing Sia's Tale is gonna be random stages throughout the main adventure up to that point. And then we have the Ganondorf chapter. Okay. Just call it Pigman chapter. We'll probably be playing him as most of the time. But yeah, that was good amount of progress. And I guess next time I'll be going through... I'll start with Sia first. Actually get to see how the other half of Lana plays. That'd be interesting.